All right, kiddies, we're outside Hot Topic here in Lynn Haven Mall, Virginia Beach, Virginia, and came over here just to see what they had. And apparently they got a chase in. I've been handed a number because, you know, there's a long line, but we have a number. We'll see what it is. I don't even know what it is yet, but yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool, guys. Free chases just for being here. It's been my kind of week. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Invader Moz coming to you with another Funko haul. That's right, guys. We had a lucrative week. We went out of town and we went and visited the BPH, Bearded Pop Hunter, for those who don't know. We didn't get to film anything together. He had his hands full this week. The kids were out of school for spring break or whatnot, so we didn't get to film anything, but I did get to meet up with him. Real cool guy, real nice. So that was pretty fun. And I met all the kids and his wife. Very nice people. Anyway, we made out like bandits. Or I did. I made out like a bandit this week. We started out the week with, of course, the Hades chases and the Hercules chases right before I left last Wednesday. We scooped up the Hades chase and the Hercules chase all in one go. I was the only one waiting there because they didn't drop in the rest of Georgia until Thursday, and so nobody was waiting in line at my store, which was awesome. I was really happy about that. And then, of course, we left. We drove up to Virginia. My brother got married, so that was pretty cool. It's the second time around, but who's counting? And my parents actually gave me this awesome barrister bookcase over here. If you guys aren't familiar with this, they're called barrister bookcases or lawyer bookshelves. I love this thing. This is an antique. It was fun. That's one of the reasons why I drove. It was 10 hours, so it was a lot of work. But we drove up there, and I got this beautiful bookcase over here to put my Stephen King collection in. So all my Dark Tower books are over here at the top. And then I have some of my other more favorite books, including my first editions of It down here in the middle. It's really cool. I'm really excited about it. The bottom shelf was a lot smaller, so I had to kind of rearrange them. Usually I would do them. My collection was primarily in a chronological order as publication date, but since the bookshelf you know, had one that was too small to fit a normal size book in. The only thing it fits in is like book club editions and the smaller books. So I stacked it this way because I wanted my Dark Tower on the top, of course. And the cool thing with barrister bookshelves is they're sectional, so I can stack it in any way I want it. It's really nice, and they got the glass door, keeps the pet hair off the books. I'm really excited. But let's move on to Pops, because that's what you're here for, right? You're here for Pops. So we got out of town. We got in Virginia on Thursday, and I didn't really get to pop hunt Thursday, but Friday I got some footage from Friday where I found some interesting stuff. I found a lot of stuff that's been vaulted that even though that area of town there are a lot of pop hunters, from what I can tell. There's not a lot of chases sitting around or whatever, but there is a lot of older pops that have just made it through time. You know, they weren't gone yet, and the stuff that I'd been looking for, and if I were to go on eBay or Amazon or Mercari or OfferUp or any of that other stuff, I would have paid more than retail for them. The nice thing is I didn't have to. So let's see if I can remember what went where. And before we do that, though, here's the footage from my trip to Tidewater. And also, I took a side trip to Kitty Hawk. Kitty Hawk, which was another hour and change away from where I was. But I saw some keys there, and plus, it was just a nice time. It was, you know, the Outer Banks, so it was all beaches and all that stuff, but it was really cold, so we didn't get out too much, but we did get to see it a lot. And I had never personally been there, even though I lived up there for years. and my wife had never been there, so we got to drive by some cool stuff. And of course, stop in a store that I saw Bearded Pop Hunter stop in, and amazingly enough, leave a great Vaulted Pop that's worth like 30, 40 bucks. So I went and picked it up, along with some other stuff. I'm going to show you. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the footage. And this is what I picked up. I believe this is the first day of hunting that I went out. I did a lot of hunting for the ThinkGeek display boxes. The pop protectors from ThinkGeek. And this is why. Let me tell you a story, alright? And we'll use just Bob's pop here. We'll use this pop. Alright. So this is the Funko Pop stack. Oh shit. These are the stacks that you can find more readily anywhere from your Second & Charles, Barnes & Noble, Hot Topic, FYE, pretty much anywhere, almost anywhere that you can buy pops at. A lot of stores will have these. Now they're between $7.99 and $10.50 being Hot Topic. These are really nice to put your pops in, and they're great for stacking. All my stuff here is in stacks, that's what we refer to these as stacks. The problem with these is the plastic is very brittle. And as you noticed a moment ago when it fell apart, in shipping, these get damaged real easy. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a break. I try not to pick up ones that are broken, but it's very hard to see through the plastic. So this is a broken case, and as you noticed, Lion Cat almost fell out of them. Now ThinkGeek had a brand that they've since discontinued. They probably got yelled at. So ThinkGeek has a brand, and this plastic is a lot more durable. It's just as nice. They stack with the Funko stacks. They're $1 cheaper, and they are very hardy stacks for being clear, see-through kind of plastic. I actually had a bag of these in my car, and when I went to unload the car, I'd pulled into the garage, I went to unload the car, the bag was leaning against the door and fell and hit the concrete floor. Not a one of these broke, scratched, or shattered. Not a one of the ThinkGeek brand ones at $6.99. Alright? However, these Funko brand ones, I had, see this stack behind me here? I had one in a stack like this, although at the time the stack was shorter. The stack was probably about to here. And it fell over and fell on my carpeted floor, which is, you know, backed by wood. It is not concrete under this carpet. And the top pop hit the floor, and the top of the case shattered. In any case, the top shattered. It's barely functional as a top now. It just kind of rests on top of the case. It doesn't grab the case. Just like as you were noticing with the Lion Cat in the Funko case. How the bottom just fell off because the bottom was broken. So a lot of them come like that. I mean, you can inspect them, and you know, I buy 6 or 7 at a time, and you can try to inspect all the corners and everything and make sure they're not shattered. But I seem to always miss something. 9 times out of 10 in my batch, I'll have one that has a broken, chipped corner that, of course, the top no longer, or the bottom no longer holds the integrity so that it actually holds the pop in there. It could fall off, such as the Lion Cat there, and then your pop may fall out. So I really try to get the ThinkGeek cases. And since they've been discontinued, a lot of my time I spent up there not only buying pops, but hitting GameStops, trying to find these ThinkGeek cases because they're so much better. So much. I can't stress how much better production quality, better just everything. And now they can't make them anymore. I think Funko bitched and won't let them produce them anymore because they are specifically made for their product. So what Funko needs to do, if they're going to take that off the market, they need to go get that patent or whatever they're using and copy it, because their Funko cases suck. They're horrible. In fact, I almost prefer a soft protector over a Funko case. The only reason why I don't do soft protectors is because once you get stacking this high, the stacks lean, the stacks, they don't stack well. If they could stack well, I'd be using them. Anyway, let's get into the haul, because that was a lot of time I just used. So the first thing I got, I believe, was Friday. And I met up with the BPH, over at FYE in Greenbrier Mall in Chesapeake. I had already hit the other stores because I didn't think I was going to hunt with him. I only had like an hour to hang out with him because they went and saw a movie. In fact, you probably, if you watch his show, you saw that he had pictures from the movie they went to go see. And so he only had a little bit of time. His whole family was there. So we just hooked up, said hi. I had something for him in my car. I didn't even get a chance to go out to my car with him to give him something. But I'll have to ship it to him later, most likely, which kind of sucks because it could get damaged shipping. There's no amount of packing that can save it from, the mail, considering the item. Any case, so the first things I find, this was before I hit the mall. I found this in a store off of Holland Road called Cool Stuff. Robocop. He's vaulted. Now, I didn't pay retail for him. I paid $20 for him, but I did need him. So, this is one of the few pops that I paid more than retail for. Alright, so we got Robocop. Now at FYE, as you saw in the footage, they had a whole bunch of pops, just like any other FYE does, but they had one vaulted pop that I still needed, and I didn't even realize that I could find it in the store. I was pretty stoked. And that was the common Elvira. Check that out. They had two of these sitting on the shelf. One of them was damaged, but this one was nice and pretty. So we picked her up. And I also bought, since it was 3 for buy 2 get 1 75% off, I bought some more Funko stacks. So we got Elvira at FYE, and I told BPH, I was like, why are these sitting here, man? This is a $20 pop now. What are you doing to me, man? It's not all about the chases. It was all in jest. It was all in good fun. Because he likes what he likes, I like what I like. No need to buy these things. So, we started off light, because I was buying a lot of cases, but I got these. So, my hotel was right across from a mall. I was staying in downtown Virginia Beach. There's a little mall. It used to be a cool mall. It had a great Regal theater. It was the only theater in the area that had the THX certified sound back in the day, back in the late 80s, early 90s. It was the one place that I'd go to see everything. I saw The Crow there. And I actually used to work right across from that in the Boardwalk Golf and Games, which is no longer there. It's just a wall now. And the movie theater is now a Target. So I walked over to the mall. My hotel was right across the street. Walked over to the mall. And I went and hit Target, which I found out later is a loser move because that Target's got employees that buy pops. But also in that mall, there's now a Hot Topic. So I went and hit that Hot Topic, and I didn't score anything like super, but I did pick up a couple of things at Hot Topic. And I only went in there wanting to buy one, but since it's 3 for $27, I bought 3 pops. And I went in there for Stanley. Had to get Stanley. I don't care about Five Nights at Freddy. I don't care about whatever the Twisted Ones is. I think Stanley is cool as shit looking. He's just an awesome pop, and I needed him. I thought he would go great with a horror collection. And as if you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm collecting Saga. So I used this opportunity to pick up some of the Saga commons. Granted, I could have gotten them for $1 cheaper a piece at home, but, I was there, and it was better than paying $12 for one pop, or actually $12.50. I went ahead and just bought 2 of the other commons I needed. So I picked up Marco and Alana. Now, if you're reading Saga, you know exactly who these people are. And as the video progresses, I'm going to have to clear some of these off because the stack's way too high. In fact, I'm going to do that now. So this is what I picked up before the weekend. Now, the weekend was riddled with a wedding. I had plenty to do. It was Sunday after the wedding. I just needed detox time, so we did very little. So, yeah, Sunday I think we went over to Hampton and piddled around in there, went across the bridge tunnel. I didn't see anything I really wanted. I checked out Old School over there, which I had mistakenly thought that was the same Old School that I saw a pop I wanted on Droob's Vids video. It wasn't that location one, no, so it was a bust. I almost picked up a pop, though, for Jeddah Patrol. I saw the Jamie Lannister with the missing hand. He had the gold hand, and if we could have worked out an upfront payment from Jeddah, because I had been buying a lot of cases, and I hadn't even looked at my bank account yet. I guess I could have, but my wife likes to yell at me when I look at my bank account on my phone. So, I didn't do that. But I didn't end up picking up the pop for him. It was an okay price. It wasn't a phenomenal price, and he just figured he'd pick it up later. But I was looking out for him. I saw it, and I was like, hey, I'll pick it up if you can PayPal me. But he didn't want to go through all that. That's fine, though. I get it. Anyway, what I did end up picking up that day was Ash. Ash from Army of Darkness. I picked him up over at Atlantis Comics and Games, which was actually in Portsmouth, I think. I missed him. He was still retail, but locally he's been sold out. And let me correct that. The one locally that I found still in the store, his box was damaged. So when I was up there, I went ahead and scooped him up. He was in a nice, pretty box, and I needed Ash from Army of Darkness. I'm not sure if I want the Ash versus Evil Dead Pops, though. I feel that that's going to be a line that's just going to continue, and my OCD is going to require that I buy all of them. So I think I'm just going to stick with Ash from Army of Darkness, and I just need to track down a Deadite. So we got Ash, and along with Funko Pop protectors, this is all I got on Sunday. I got him over Atlantis Comics and Games in Portsmouth. We'll put him down because I'm going to need the room. Alright, so Monday was the big day, though. Monday is the day that I went to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, which is about an hour-and-a-half drive from where I was staying. This is the Outer Banks, so Nag's Head, Kitty Hawk, all that kind of stuff. We left early in the morning, and the whole reason for this excursion, with the exception of just a nice place to visit, was that on one of Bearded Pop Hunter's videos just recently, he went to the Outer Banks, and he stopped in some comic book shops. Now, in that video, if you watch it, he's looking, he doesn't see anything too spectacular in his eyes, but I saw a plenty. And the biggest one that I saw that I know I needed, because she goes for about $30 to $40 at the time, I think it was closer to 40. She's kind of fluctuates, of course. But I saw her there sitting next to Tron. Now, if you go back and watch his video when he's out there and he goes to look at Tron, look to the right of Tron. To the right of Tron, you'll see Charlie from Supernatural. Charlie's played by the... she's more of a just kind of a... In the nerd culture, she had this great show called The Guild on... I don't know, I think it was just on the internet, but Netflix picked it up, of course. She's been in a few things from Joss Whedon, including Dollhouse, and she's also been in Supernatural. This is Felicia Day, and this is her character from Supernatural, Charlie. She's vaulted. You can't find her anymore, and like I said, online she's between $30 and $40, and they had her at the store for retail. So I was stoked. This is the primary thing that I saw that I was like, I need that, and I've never been to Kitty Hawk, and might as well make it a nice trip and see what else is there. Another thing that they had there, as a local comic shop, the comic shop, by the way, is called Leviathan. I'll put a little image there of their contact info. Leviathan Comics and Games and Toys or whatever in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. But the other thing that they do there is when they have chases, they don't mark them up. Everything's retail. So when I was there, I almost looked past it because I didn't expect to see a chase just sitting on the shelf at retail. They had Jafar. I've been wanting Jafar. I'm not a big Disney collector, but there's some iconic villains, and of course the looks of these villains that they use are just phenomenal. But we got the glow-in-the-dark chase Jafar for retail, which was awesome. He's just sitting on the shelf. He was just chilling. Right there in the front. Like I said, I looked right past him because I was like, nah, couldn't be it. But apparently I was wrong. It was it. The next pop I got, I saw this in the window before they opened. And since we got there earlier, they opened at 10. We got there about 9:30. We decided to get breakfast. We went to this awesome little diner right down the street called Art's Place, and phenomenal breakfast. I would highly, if you're in the area, it's a great breakfast. However, it did ruin lunch, and I really wanted to go to lunch at this crab house called Dirty Dick's. I just thought the name was phenomenal. I even wanted to get a shirt, but since we, ate so late, lunch, just, no, it wouldn't work. But in the window they had Winston Zeddemore with Ecto-1. I know it's not a spectacular rare pop, but it is vaulted now. And what also drove this purchase was the fact that they also had Dr. Venkman. That's right, Dr. Peter Venkman, who was also vaulted. This is a great pop. I've been wanting him. I wanted to get either him or Egon before I started buying the other ones. Because stands you can still find. I've seen stands many times. Ray is everywhere. I see him all the time. So I'll pick up Ray now because I have Egon and Winston, or excuse me, Venkman and Winston. Egon, they had at Cool Stuff where I picked up Robocop, but they wanted $54 for him, which is actually a good price if his box wasn't beat to shit. And granted, it wasn't like squished like the UPS guy had fun stomping on it, but it was noticeably damaged, and they weren't really budging on it, and I just didn't like the price for how bad the box was as an in-the-box collector. So I'll find another one. I might even pay more, but we got a Pop Swap coming up here in April, so hopefully I'll find one that I can just do some trades for. I know I got a Porg Chase I don't care about, and I got another Chase that I don't really care about, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's see, also at that store, I got River Song. As a Doctor Who collector, or more recent Doctor Who collector, because I was trying to focus more on horror. It's not working. I needed her. She's vaulted, so we picked her up. They still had Jareth in the box, which is awesome. So I picked up Jareth from Labyrinth. And I would have ordered the ThinkGeek one because it went live while I was up there, you know, restocked, but I was just spending so much money. I spent a lot of money, as you can tell. And I needed it to settle down. I'm hoping I'll find them at a ThinkGeek or something. I'm hoping they physically got restocked. And last but not least, I picked up a Jack Skellington. I got a Oogie Boogie. I've pre-ordered Lock, Shock, and Barrel, so I figured I should get Jack. And this is the original Jack. I don't know enough about collecting Disney to know he's not really worth anything on Stashpedia, which apparently is now their name. But he is the first generation Jack common. So this is what I picked up from Leviathan Toys, Games, and Comics and Kitty Hawk. I made off like a bandit considering how these are all vaulted now, and they're all fandoms that I'm interested in. And yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better trip other than maybe finding an Egon. If he had an Egon for retail, dude, I'd be done with the Ghostbusters. I mean, because Ray's everywhere. So when we got back from Kitty Hawk, we got back early enough because we didn't want to hit any traffic or whatever. We went ahead and hit the proper old school that was in Portsmouth, by the way. The one that Drub's Vids, excuse me. The one that he went to and filmed in there, because I saw a pop that I wanted, and we had to go kind of through Portsmouth to get back. A little bit of a detour, but for the most part, we were coming up that side. Since I missed this pop, he was just one of the ones on the back burner as far as my horror collection went, and now I've kind of regretted it, but we got Billy. We got Billy from Saul, and he was 20 bucks, and I think Drubs was thinking about going back and getting this himself, given what I saw in the video, and if so, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Well, yes, I am. You know, I'm a nice guy, so yes, I'm sorry, but then again, I really wanted it, so I'm not sorry. You get it? So, yeah. The apology's out there. Take it as you will. If this is the pop you wanted, Drubs, I am kind of sorry. But I did go there for him. I was hoping that they had more than one, but they didn't. So I picked him up on Monday as well. So, we drove back Wednesday, but before we did that, I had to buy just a couple more things. Tuesday. We're on Tuesday. This past Tuesday. So Tuesday, I went and hit up Lynn Haven Mall in Virginia Beach. This was my mall. This is the mall I grew up in. This was my hood, if you could call it that. It was actually the posh mall at the time. But anyway, this was my mall, and I knew they had a Barnes & Noble attached to the mall. So I got there around 9 o'clock because Barnes & Noble here opens at 9 o'clock. Even the ones attached to the malls here. But little did I know, the one there is kind of slack. They don't open till 10. So I'm there early. And I go inside the mall because, you know, I'm not going anywhere else anytime soon. I hit the Starbucks, get me some coffee because it is early. So about 9:30, I've looked around all the hallways. There's apparently an FYE in that mall. I didn't know that. There's a Hot Topic in that mall, which I did know. And the Barnes & Noble. So there's 3 places you can get pops readily there at that mall. And I figured if any store I'm going to wait by is probably going to have any chases or anything, it's probably going to be Hot Topic because they get shipments in pretty regularly, almost daily. So I camp out in front of Hot Topic with my coffee, and I'm just sitting there. I'm not expecting anything. I'm only there to see what other kind of vaulted goodies I can find, given that I found that Elvira common and a couple other older ones that I didn't necessarily need, so I didn't pick up, but I was seeing some older pops in the area. So I wasn't looking specifically for a chase, but then again, this is where I went just to see if maybe they had one. Maybe there was something I missed on social media because I wasn't checking Reddit most of the time I was up there. I'd already gotten Hades, so I figured I could cool down on Reddit and not worry about it. So I'm standing there with my coffee, and the clerk comes out, and she hands me a number. I'm like, what's coming out? You know, what's so special? So I get the number 1, as you saw in the video. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just going to sit here and drink my coffee. And she opens the store. We got a Cuphead chase. I care nothing for this. I'm going to trade it at the Pop Swap probably. Get something I want. But, you know what? I was there. And since I was at Hot Topic, I utilized the 3 for $27 again. And I finished up the rest of my Saga Commons. So, this is what I got at that Hot Topic that morning. Like I said, it was cool to get a Cuphead chase. I asked my buddy who likes Cuphead. He was one of the first people I hit up before I was thinking about trading it off at the Pop Swap. I was like, do you need him? Because I got him. And he was like, no, I need King Diamond. So, but I did get him the Hades chase, so he's pretty happy about that. In fact, I'm supposed to see him either tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. Get him that Hades chase for retail. Because that's how I roll. And you would think that would be it. You'd think I'd be done. But no. This is Tuesday. Tuesday, as BPH likes to say it, Nerd Sauce, aka Star Wars, comes out on Blu-ray. So I head over to Best Buy because I have the little rewards thing and I could have a coupon, I don't know. And I go pick up The Last Jedi on DVD. It doesn't warrant spending the extra $5 for 4K because it's another $5 and I'm running broke. Also, I had seen on social media that there was a pop hit in Best Buy. And I tried to pre-order this pop several times at my local Best Buy, but they could never find it in the computer. So I didn't get a pre-order in for it. But I went around asking the peeps at Best Buy, and we got my 2-pack of Kratos and Atreus. That's right. God of War 2-pack has hit the floors. Kratos and Atreus. Boom. Done. Got them. And then I went and stopped, after Best Buy, I went and stopped at my one of my old comic book shops that I used to go to all the time called Comic Kings. It's on Holland Road. It's right by the Best Buy there on Independence. If you know the area, you know where I'm talking about. And it's across from Cool Stuff. They don't do a lot of pops there. But they were taking in their Wednesday books because new books come out on Wednesday, so they were receiving their inventory. And in the inventory I saw Saga PX exclusive Lion Cat. This was, as it was sold in Diamond, if you know anything about comics, Diamond's the distributor for pretty much all comic books. As it was sold in their previews, it was a free comic book day exclusive. So it was to be a free comic book day item that you would only get on May 5th would be Saturday. It's always the first Saturday in May. If you like comic books, hit your local comic shop on the first Saturday in May. But it was supposed to be an exclusive just for free comic book day, which is why I've been hearing that you can't order it if you didn't already order it. So that's kind of cool for me, because I pre-ordered one day one. Like, as soon as I heard that they could pre-order for free comic book day with my local shop, I can pre-order the titles I want. And I saw Lion Cat, and I was like, I need that too. Order that to me. So the two that they had there, were, of course, are pre-orders, so they were for somebody else. But it got me thinking. So I called my local comic book shop. And what do you know? They had the bloody Lion Cat too. This is the PX exclusive, free comic book day exclusive, bloody variant of Lion Cat from Saga. And he is awesome. That now I'm complete on all the Lion Cat variants. There's one more Saga pop that I don't have yet. I don't think it's come out yet. It's probably an exclusive somewhere, most likely FYE. I'm hoping it's not Target, because I really would like to be done with those people. but it's Alana with the baby. So, but this is my week. This is what I ended up with all week. Everything I showed you, it's going to be too much to stack on the table and sit here and go, ha, look at me. But as you can see, I was a busy camper. Busy bee. Alright guys, and let's not forget we have the 200 subscriber giveaway coming up real soon now. We're really close. We're less than 50 people away from 200 subscribers. So please, tell your buddies, tell your friends, tell everybody, share it. Get them on board because we got some pops to give away. When we hit 200 subscribers, we're going to be giving away 3 pops to 3 lucky winners. So you can win one of these pops. You got the FYE exclusive Trapjaw, we got the GameStop exclusive NES 8-bit Jason Voorhees, and the Comic Craze exclusive glow-in-the-dark She-Hulk. The first place winner will also get to receive a pork chase. I know it's not a key chase, but I'm sure somebody still needs it, and it's a nice little add-on that I found when I picked up mine. So we got 4 pops to give away for 3 lucky winners. We're going to be doing this giveaway real soon. As soon as we hit 200 subscribers, I'm going to figure out how to do a live stream, and we're going to give it away on the live stream. That's what we're going to do. 3 lucky winners. All you have to do is like, share, comment, and of course hit the notification bell so that you guys know when this is going to happen. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Take it easy, guys.